It's somewhat providential that I offer my theological perspective with you because while we did not know each other in person, Dr. Costas and I share much in common. In particular, the way in which he and I were both, shall I say, conscientiousized into our understanding of the mission of the church in the world. In a brief biographical sketch written by Elizabeth Conde Fraser, Costas is described as experiencing a conversion of sorts when he returned to Puerto Rico in the mid-1960s. While studying the history of Puerto Rico and Latin America, Conde Fraser writes, he affirmed his Latin American cultural heritage and began to question the political hegemony of the United States in Latin America while consciously breaking with its culture. He called this his second conversion, for he came to understand that culturally he would never become an Anglo-North American, but that he had a rich cultural history that he should accept with pride. I experienced a similar conversion through my encounter with Puerto Rican literature, for it allowed me to take a glimpse into the life of a community of people from whom I felt so estranged, even though I am the daughter of two Puerto Rican parents. The stories of others allowed me to see my own story, free from the guilt and the shame of my own ignorance of it, as part of a wider socio-historical moment that could, in fact, be transformative. And this is what changed my theological thinking. Because like Costas, and I'll quote him here, he says, I was able to understand that the Son of God not only had a Jewish identity, but a Puerto Rican and a Latin American one. From this point on, my cultural experience gave me a new Christological understanding. In other words, our own particular life story and that of our people brought us back to the lifespan of Jesus in a new way, with new eyes for seeing and new ears for hearing. And this is so crucial, I would say, particularly in environments that seem to foster a sense that we don't belong to the fabric of a community, that we stand outside that we're alien, we're foreign, or unwanted, that our story is not worthy of being considered part of the history. Certainly not worthy enough for it to be passed on for generations to come. So my affirmation emerges from the convergent experience that Costas describes. Our story is God's story because we are God's people. What I suggest is that ambiguity and that contradiction is exactly where we need to be, is exactly what we need to claim. Because it is in that, that place of dis-ease, of discomfort, that becomes the catalyst for creativity. And that's what the literature instructs us to see. Because literary characters don't always do the nice thing, and the ending is not always happy, as America's Dream suggests, but it's in that place of discomfort that something creative can happen, so that something prophetic can happen.